And now, welcome to Chai with Manju, with your host, Dr. Manju Sheth.
Welcome to this special edition of Chai with Manju called COVID Diaries. This pandemic has taken a huge toll on our health, physical as well as emotional well-being. However, as I talked to a lot of my patients, friends, and family members, I found that those who love music, learn music, as well as play music, were in a better emotional well-being state. Music is known to elevate our spirits and even increase the dopamine levels in our brain. So at this point, we thought it would be very timely to talk about the power of music to one of the most renowned musicians in the world. He's 2019 Guggenheim Foundation Fellow, a Grammy winner, tabla maestro, Sandeep Das. Let us meet him. Hi, Sandeep ji. Welcome to the show. My first question for you is, this pandemic has definitely shown us that we need music more than ever in our life. What role do you think music plays in health, healing, and happiness?
Namaskar, Manjuji. Namaskar to all your viewers. It's a pleasure to see you and through you meet all of your viewers again.
Thank you.
Before I answer your question, I would also wish to like to mention that how the pandemic has affected us.
Yes.
When people think about music, I see that a lot of people don't realize that we musicians who solely depend on concerts have also lost our jobs. In a way, we have been laid off too. So
Right.
how we are helping ourselves is also how we are helping everybody else.
True.
It's by making music. It's by creating more music. If you see historically too, whenever the world has faced any kind of crisis, artists, when I say artists, it's painters, poets, musicians, everybody steps up their game. And here is a situation that we are all facing it. So yes, it's a known fact. It's not nothing new that I'm saying that yes, music heals. It heals you. When I am playing music, I am you can say I'm meditating. I am in a different zone. I forget my pain. I forget difficulties that we are facing. And similarly, when anybody listens to any kind of, not only music, I would like to broaden it to any kind of art. When you are seeing a theater form or a painting, it brings you joy, it brings you happiness, and it takes you, it brings back good memories, or it takes you to a place where nothing else matters.
Now, is there any kind of a fund or any particular place where people can contribute that you know of?
So I recently did something actually on Friday. I did something with the famous cellist Yo-Yo Ma and other members of the Silk Road Ensemble. We played for an organization called Play for Change.
Okay.
It's an organization which brings music to children, and it has affected thousands and thousands of children. If you research it, there's a saying even in India that if every Indian household, I have grown up hearing it, had one musician, the society would have less problems.
Absolutely.
So there is this organization called Play for Change, where you contribute, the contribution goes to actually teaching little kids music.
Okay.
This has been done in Argentina. This has been done all over the world, where people, kids, instead of picking up a gun, pick up an instrument, and it changes their lives. It has changed societies. So yes, it's all there. It's for us to do some little search. And there are organizations, Cambridge is doing that. And I think there is something in Newton where they have set up funds where artists can apply for pandemic relief. But I still don't see any Indian organization doing anything for artists. It is time that it was done for artists too.
I think you raise a very, very important point, and where even I work with a lot of Indian organizations, I think this is something we should be doing very seriously. I 100% agree with you.
Thank you so much.
So absolutely. So, of course, people, music is, regardless of our, the sadness that we have, music is bringing solace to a lot of people, and people want to learn music. They want their children to learn music. I know you learned music when you learned to play tabla when you were only 7 years old, and from one of the most famous musicians in India, of course, in the world, Kishan Maharaji. So is there a best age to learn tabla or music, or is there any age limit to, or is there a shelf life that you are too old or your fingers have too much arthritis and you cannot learn tabla? What do you think?
First of all, I would say I was very fortunate to have a very smart father who invested. You know, when it comes to the arts, we are always satisfied mostly by sending our kids anywhere. But I had a very smart father who took me to the biggest maestro of tabla playing, Pandit Kishan Maharajji. So as you said, I started when I was 7 by going, and once he decided to teach me by going and living with him and learning. To your question, is there a right age? No. I actually will present to you some little kids who started learning from me when they were 5 years old. Wow. So I have had kids come to me when they were 5. And I also have students. I have a retired executive director of a lot of orchestras who's learning from me. So music, fortunately, is something, or not music. Again, let's broaden it. Art. There is no age limit. You know, I have known of doctors, I have known of engineers who have been great practitioners of music, including your husband. Why don't you mention, you know, your husband, who's a great doctor, has learned. Very few people, you know, like again, realize his guru was one of the best sitar maestros of our country, Pandit Manilal Nag, one of the sweetest hands on sitar. Right. So there is no age limit.
Right. Now that makes sense. Now you, of course, learned tabla in a very traditional Guru Shishya parampara. Yes. But now the world has changed so much with time restrictions, and now, of course, with this pandemic, the big thing is now learning over Zoom and virtually. What do you think about that?
So what are your views of that? I feel it's a blessing that these days we have technology. That I started teaching online many years back when the internet was still very new. I have students in Japan who would come and learn from me and then go back, but then we would continue on the internet. But in those days, there was a huge lag, you know, so it was difficult. The clarity was not so. But actually, again, today I will introduce you to one student that I started learning. She was my first student. So the others I'm talking about, I switched to internet when I couldn't teach them one-on-one. But this is my first student that I actually started teaching online. Wow. So I feel that we are very fortunate that whenever, you know, like this pandemic has hit us, there is already technology available that is so good that I can teach my students online. So I am teaching students in China, I am teaching students in Japan, I am teaching students in Australia, I'm teaching students in India, I'm teaching students in the West Coast of the US. So, you know, like everywhere. And it's literally as if they're visiting me in my music room and I'm teaching them one-on-one. So yes, technology has been very helpful. And in these times, I'm actually teaching them more. And as I said, I think the kids are the future of our world. And every child that learns any kind of art is definitely a better citizen, will be a better person compared to one who's not introduced to any form of art.
Oh, absolutely. No doubt about that. Now I'm getting very excited to meet your students. I know some of them are going to join us. So let's meet them.
Yes, I can't wait to introduce you to them.
Can't wait to see them. Yes. Very excited. I can see some of your students already. So let's start with the little one. So here we go. Tell us about you.
I'm Varane and I'm in 3rd grade. I'm 9 years old. I started playing tabla when I was 5 years old in December. And I really enjoy it.
Okay. And how about you? Sri Ravi.
Pranam, I'm Sri Ravi.
Okay.
I'm in 6th grade and I'm 11 years old and I've been learning from Guruji for around 6 years and I love my Gurji in the tabla.
Okay. Okay. Now, how about you, our last student?
Yes, my name is Bailey. I have been learning for about 3.5 years, and I am 23 years old.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Right. So the littlest one that you see who said he has started learning when he was 5,
Yeah.
The way Guruji taught us,
Uh-huh.
teach us tabla as an external instrument. He taught us in a way that music grew inside us. So
Okay.
tabla is a part of me. It's not something that I'm doing externally. And I'll give you an example how it's already growing inside these three and all my students. This little one, Viren, is already composing pieces on his own.
Oh my goodness.
I'm challenging this out to the open. How many kids you can show me who are already composing pieces at the age of 9? 2 days back, he composed something and I was so proud. I want him to recite that for you. So Viren, why don't you recite it loud and proud? And remember, whoever has the biggest smile wins the prize from Manjuji. So I want that smile and recite that.
Okay. Let's go, Viren.
Shabash, beta. Very good. Why don't you play quickly? Just show everybody your dhire dhire kit tak, tere tere kit tak. How fast can you play it? Go. Very good. Can you play dhire 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 kit tak, tere 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 kit tak? Go. Shabash. Very good. Very good. So Viren came to me when he was 5 years old. Sri Ram's father has been a lover of tabla all his life.
Okay.
And now when he heard about me that I have moved to Boston from India, he brought Sri Ram and his older brother to learn from me. Sri Ram is continuing and see, I am very proud of him and give him another 4 or 5 years. He does spend a little bit of time with PS4. I want him to lessen his time with PS4. But if he lessens his time with the PS4 and spends more time on the tabla, he will be a good tabla player. I want to produce kids who will actually get up on stage and play. So, Sriram, you want to play the Rela?
Okay.
Go.
It's amazing to see these kids born here, chote bache, and how they are playing.
They will play. Give them another 3 4 years. And if you see I'm doing this, so we have even devised our own sign signals.
Right.
Back to your question about technology and current times. So every time I do this, they play something on a loop. If I do this, they move ahead. If I do this, they go back. So,
oh my goodness. Okay. It's like a conductor, right?
Yes.
Oh
And let's go to Bailey. So Bailey, you know, her mother came to me for a course that I used to teach at Harvard for the called Summer Institute, Passion-Driven Learning.
Okay.
She attended my class and she said, I have a daughter in California and I think I have found her guru. And I'm like, what do you mean? It's a very interesting story how Bailey found her first tabla and how we ended up. She was in LA. I lived in Boston. I was playing at the Hollywood Bowl. She came to meet me. I had thought I will say no to her. So I even said that, you know what, you live in LA, I live in Boston. There is a great tabla maestro, Pandit Swapan Chaudhary. Go to him. And she's like, no, I think I want to learn from you. Okay, let's start online. So she's the student that I started online, and I want her to play for you, and then she can tell you, how she found a tabla and why she started playing tabla. Why don't you, Bailey, play one of the guts? Recite it and play it. Dha gina gata kita gina. Go.
Okay, I will play a Punjabi gut. So, ta gina ga takita gina ga tachakra dikita kata ga digana nagina nagina takita gina ga tachakra dikita kata ga digana ta gina ka takita gina ka tachakra dikita kata ga digana nagina nagina takita gina ga tachakra dikita kata ga digana gina ga dina takita gina ga dina tachakra dikita kata kata ga digana taka nagina nagina gina takita gina ga dina tachakra dikita kata kata ga digana taka ta gina ka dina takita gina ka dina tachakra dikita kata 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 gana taka nagina nagina gina takita gina ga dina dikita kata kata ga digana taka ta gina ka takita gina ga takita kata ga digana nagina nagina takita gina ga takita kata ga digana ta gina ka takita gina ga takita kata ga digana nagina takita gina ga takita kata ga digana ta.
Shabash.
My God. Oh my. Oh my goodness, your students really do you proud.
I'm proud of them. Now they're all yours. Ask them whatever you want to ask them.
Now, since you said that they're going to get an award for the biggest smile, so guys, starting with you, Viren, in that order, what do you like most about your Guruji?
That is really fun.
He's what?
Very fun.
Very fun. Okay. Is he strict?
No.
No? What if you forget something? What does he do? Say then.
I don't know.
So that means you don't forget, I think. How about you, Shriram? What do you like most about your Guruji?
He's funny also.
Funny seems to be a factor. Now,
I have a logo on the door of my house. It says nothing without fun.
I actually remember that when we came to the house for the first time. I remember that. Now he's funny. Now, is he strict with you?
No.
No? What if you don't practice?
Shriram, you don't have to lie. All of you can be honest.
Yes. It's between us. It's all between us and a few thousand people. So, is he strict at all?
Only if I forget something.
So, what if you don't do your homework or riyaz or as much time as you're supposed to? What does he say to you?
What? That's it.
See, they're all positive like you. Okay. How about I go to Bailey?
I also love that he's and I also love how I feel that he's really given me a new perspective on music and on life and everything, and I feel like it keeps expanding.
No.
And I want to show you one thing here quickly, I think, which will be fun, is Sri Ram will challenge Viren to play Dhir Dhir Kittak, and then Viren will ask Sri Ram how many Dhir Kittaks he can play, and then Viren and Sri Ram will challenge Bailey to show how fast Dhir Dhir Kittak she can play. Are you guys ready for the challenge? Okay, Sri Ram, your turn to challenge Viren. Go.
Right. There, Kitatakas you play.
I don't know.
Speak up, Viren, speak up.
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay, let's see. Count and play. Go. Faster. Good. Good job. Good job, beta. So, you know, he can play 2000 plus at this speed.
Oh, wow.
Viru,
Wow.
you challenge Sri Ram, whatever. Go.
Can you play over 5,300?
Go, Sri Ram. Good. Shabash. Shabash. So this is how they have fun. You know, I get those texts, Manjuji, and I crack up. It's like, guess what? I played 2,739 today. And then they both are very, you know, they keep pushing Bailey because they know she is the best. So they're
Older
like,
too.
their target is that they have to beat Bailey. So why don't you ask Bailey to play something?
Play over 10,000.
Kitatakas, 10,000 Kitatakas.
Oh my God.
Good job.
Wow. Big applause for all of you. Oh my goodness.
Thank you. Thank you for
This
having
is
us.
amazing. This is, and I can see like how the lesson is conducted as well, because I've never seen it, all these different signs and mannerisms. It's amazing. It's a whole new world.
You know, I have gotten these children and they have become part of my life, my family, and I feel very blessed. So back to your question, how am I facing? How am I spending time?
Right.
I have all these kids who keep me entertained. I teach them, I challenge them, I push them. And in return, I get so much love from them that I feel very blessed.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing their talent and their gift with us. And thank you so much for giving us time for this interview and also making us aware about the cause that we need to also support musicians. I think it's very important, and I promise I'm going to raise this issue as well. And until we meet next time, keep drinking chai. It's good for you. Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.